Let's fucking go.
Welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name is Deshaun, and today I am here to give you my reaction / review of the Lantern trailer or teaser that just released earlier today. Now, Green Lantern has been through a lot over the past few years, or let's say the past decade. First of all, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. The Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie in 2000, and I think it was 13. No, maybe it was 11. Was it 2011 or 13? It was somewhere in that range. That movie did irreparable damage to the Green Lantern brand. Like, I'm telling you, like, Green Lantern, like, it's to the point where you wouldn't believe this or not, but Green Lantern is a character who's supposed to be on par with Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman. He is one of the big OG superheroes. I mean, Green Lantern is this bigger, larger-than-life superhero who's a space cop who has the ability to create constructs with a ring. Like, Green Lantern is supposed to be this, like I said, he's supposed to be on par with, like, Aquaman and the Flash and whatnot. But that Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie was so bad that it affected the entirety of how people view Green Lantern. And the entire Green Lantern franchise, everything about it except the comics, has pretty much been dead. Has pretty much been like untouched for over a decade now. It's been untouched, and we started to get rumblings around the time James Gunn took over. Like, there's been rumblings about a new Green Lantern project for quite some time, especially around the time James Gunn took over. And this project feels like it's been in the works forever. But, like, to put it in context, they announced a Green Lantern show for HBO back when HBO Max was first created. You know how long ago? Like I think HBO Max announced in like 2019 or something like that? 2018, 2019? So that's how long this Green Lantern show has been in the works. They announced this Green Lantern show before HBO Max ever launched. They announced this Green Lantern show before Disney Plus, before all this shit. Paramount Plus, HBO Max, Disney Plus, before all that, they announced this Green Lantern show. And at first, it wasn't gonna be a show, it was gonna be a movie. Then they were interchanging different lanterns. First, it's gonna be Guy Gardner, is it gonna be Kyle Rayner? Like, it was all over the place what the fuck this movie / show was actually gonna be. This, like I said, this show has been in the works so long. Like, I made a video, had to be a couple years ago now, and I literally asked the question, what the fuck happened to the Green Lantern show? Because it just disappeared. It disappeared. You heard about it, and then it vanished. But finally, they actually did it. They actually finished it. So, like, just on the fact that this thing's actually finally happening, I'm happy for that. On its own, I'm happy for that. But then we started hearing rumblings about what it was gonna be, and for a while now, we kept hearing about the buddy cop aspect. And I always thought, in my mind, I imagined it being Hal Jordan and John Stewart in a buddy cop capacity, with Hal Jordan being with Hal Jordan being of the older Lantern and John being the newer Lantern. But and that is what they ended up giving, and it does seem like that is what the trailer is pretty much saying that they're gonna deliver. But what started to kind of evolve over the past couple of years, when we started hearing more about when they were making this thing, is that they were going for a True Detective-esque, like, grounded, gritty, like, cop story that just happens to have two Green Lanterns involved in it, and it just so happens to be sci-fi and happens to have two Green Lanterns involved in it. And I didn't know how I felt about that. Every promotional piece of material I've seen on this show has made me feel conflicted. and now we finally get this trailer, and once again, I am still kind of divided on this trailer, because I like the casting of how, I think, because let me just start off what I love about the trailer is, I think they captured Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan very well, because Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan are very different personalities. Like, Hal Jordan is more wheeling and dealing and more fearless and more just like Maverick, like he's got that whole, I often compare Hal Jordan to Mel Gibson's Riggs. Is it Riggs or is it Murtaugh? Maybe it's Murtaugh. Either way, Mel Gibson's character from Lethal Weapon, in terms of just this he's skillful. He's kind of a wily guy. He's kind of a cop on the edge kind of a guy. He's kind of a off the cuff, kind of loose cannon kind of a guy who just kind of goes with his instincts and kind of goes with the flow, and he's just completely fearless. Whereas Jon Stewart is a former Marine. He grew up in an environment where what made him more disciplined. He's more disciplined. He's more tactical. Like, Jon is a lot like a black Captain America in terms of like that's what I would compare Jon's personality to. He's like a black Captain America. He's like Captain America if he grew up in a modern day if he grew up in a black environment in a modern day, like in terms of his values, in terms of his what he represents, how he's kind of by the book. I'm gonna do the job. He believes in it. Like, it's not that he doesn't care. It's not like a stiff or anything. He believes in the rules and by the book, and it's not like he won't curve and have his own emotions, but he's just more, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm being more tactical. I'm by the book with it. He's just a different kind of Lantern than Hal. And in the comics, those two have friction. In the comics, those two always go back and forth from respecting each other to having friction with each other. But so them having this, so I think they captured the dynamic. They captured Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart very well. They captured the friction of their two different styles of wanting to do things very well, especially with Jon being sort of the trainee to Hal, because it's not like a normal situation. This isn't like an ordinary situation, right? Where it's like, because it's not like they're both in the military or something, and Hal and Jon is just like some recruit, some young kid recruit. Like, they're both grown ass men. Like, Jon's been in the military. He's accomplished. He's a decorated veteran. So it's like you're not talking like, so Jon is like, I just want to do the job. I want to do the job. I earned this job. I want to do the job. And Hal's like, this is how you do it. And you can kind of see the dynamic and the friction there. So I love that. And I also do dig the idea of them focusing more on the cops aspect of the space cops. Because I always say the Lanterns are basically space cops. They travel the galaxy. They each have their own sector. They have their own sectors. Like cops have their own beats. Like regular cops, patrol cops have their own beats. The same thing with the Lanterns. They have their own sectors. They patrol it. They show up when shit's going wrong. They arrest people. They throw them in prison. That's the Lantern Corps does. They're space cops. So I do like the idea of them lasering on the cop aspect of the Lanterns, because it's something that's never really, I'm not gonna say, I don't know, I haven't read a ton of Green Lantern comics, just some of the bigger ones, but I don't think that the whole investigative aspect of the space cop of their jobs is doving into. They obviously they dive into that kind of stuff with Batman all the time, but this is interesting that they're actually kind of going into the more investigative aspect of being a Green Lantern. Like, the idea that this would be something that a Green Lantern would have to do, is investigate some weird anomaly in a small town in the middle of nowhere. Like, this would be something that a Green Lantern would have to do. But my issue with it is, it just feels too small for Green Lantern. Like, Green Lantern is supposed to be a movie. And I've kind of battled with that the entire time before this show even happened. Is I kind of hoped and prayed that this would turn into a movie, because Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart should not, it makes no sense to me that Guy Gardner is going to be the Green Lantern that's on the big screen, and Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart are going to be on the small screen. Because trust me, I don't care what you're trying to don't kid yourself. They may try to transition them to the big screen, But audiences worldwide are going to be like, oh, those are the characters from the TV show. Same with Peacemaker. Like, you can try to have Peacemaker pop up and be a major role in something, but I don't think it's going to carry as much weight as you think it will. That transition from TV to movie isn't as respected as the other way around. It just isn't. And the fact that it feels like I can feel it by watching the trailer that they're gonna go out of their way to come up with reasons for why they don't use their powers. It feels like they're gonna they're undercover so they don't use their powers. Oh, maybe like Hal Jordan and John are gonna lose their rings at some point during the show. And the fact that it's a show makes me feel like they're not gonna use their powers that much. And one part of me is like, I get what you're going for with the whole True Detective thing, and I respect that and I like it. But at the same time, I'm like, dude, I'm here to see Green Lantern. Like, I'm not here to see True Detective with Green Lantern characters in it. And it does feel like it feels like it's gonna be more some Netflix shit where they don't suit up until the very last episode, where they save all the budget up to do all the CGI stuff in the end, and they'll sprinkle it throughout the show, but you won't really ever get to see what I want to see. Like I say, dude, maybe I would feel a little differently if it took place on like an alien planet or something, but just having the entire show, because it looks like that's what's going to happen, have this entire show that takes place in this small little backwater fucking town in the middle of nowhere, like, it just feels too small for me. For Green Lantern, it feels a little too small. But hey, maybe I might still love the show. Who knows? You know, it's just right now I got mixed feelings about it, because I like the casting and I think those two actors are capturing those characters. But at the end of the day, also in the back of is I want more from a Green Lantern project. You know, like I want to see all that shit. I want to see fucking because even if it succeeds, what are you gonna do in season 2? Like, how are you gonna do Atrocious? How are you gonna do Sinestro? You know what I mean? You're gonna do Sinestro on TV. You're gonna do Atrocious on TV. You know what I mean? Having this be a show. I'm against having Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart be a show any fucking ways. But I digress. I understand. They took this swing. A lot of the reasons why they did what they're doing is because of what happened with that Ryan Reynolds movie. So a part of me understands it, but a part of me is still sad about it. But anyways, thank you guys for joining me on the Comic Game Movie Show. Please like and subscribe. What did you think about the Lanterns trailer / teaser? Comment below and let me know. Thank you guys again. I'll see you on the next one.